So I've been playing Sea of Thieves for about a year and a half now, and it's become common practice to, when we're coming up against new players, judge their skill level based on what they're wearing. Now, it's not a perfect science, obviously, but for the most part, players will stick to categories when making their outfit, and that'll make it a lot easier to judge their skill level just based on previous experiences that we've had with that sort of outfit. So I decided to make an outfit tier list, not based on the quality of look, because obviously, that differs between person to person, but kind of what skill level I expect out of the player when encountering them out on the sea. And it's worth noting that a lot of these outfits are kind of a natural progression for a lot of pirates. You start the game, everybody goes through a crab, parrot, kraken phase, and then eventually you kind of settle on what I hope to be a unique outfit that doesn't fall under any of the categories I'll be going over, and thus is a lot harder to assume your skill level. And that's what I'd recommend in the end. Having an outfit that is unique to you and not just falling under one of the categories that I'll be covering. But either way, let's dive right into this Sea of Thieves outfit tier list based on skill. So first off, we have the Obsidian Jacket. A lot of old players would have this because I believe you got it when you pre-ordered the game. But unfortunately, it has devolved into a jacket that represents players who only come back to the game every few months and only for a couple days, and don't seem to understand that the skill gap has way surpassed them while they were gone. These players are, in my opinion, often the first to accuse you of cheating. Fun little story. Just recently, I came across a Sea Dog Jacket player, and he accused me of griefing. And it was a pretty clean sink. Got on his board, killed him, sunk his boat. Didn't have to kill him any more than that. So I had a conversation with the guy, and his belief was that the stealing part of Sea of Thieves had to do with when you do voyages, you are digging up chests that other players have buried, therefore stealing from them, and that going on someone's boat and taking their loot is actually a form of griefing and against the pirate code. So that was pretty rough. Next up, I'm going to go over kind of the three categories of new player, kind of the first outfits that you go to once you've gotten yourself some gold. That being the Kraken, Crab, and Parrot looks. Uh, for most players looking in the shop for the first time, these are the coolest ones out there. They're the most unique, the most flashy. And I must say, a fat player with a crab outfit is a sight to behold. I really love to see it. It's an important part of Sea of Thieves. But most players will grow out of these outfits, and for the most part, they represent a lower skill level. With the release of the black market, however, variants for each of those three kind of original outfits that new players go to were released. And for the most part, players rocking these variants do perform a lot better. Probably least of all would say Dark Kraken, which I hesitantly will put into B. Of course, the Dark Parrot actually, I'd say most players that I run into Dark Parrot are fairly good, so that's slapping an A. And then the Pink Crab, I'd say, recommends a very unique group of players because you won't see this one very often. It's a little too pink for the new players, and it's a little too much like a crab for some of the older players. And I also included the taco hat just because the hat that you get from Briggsy, just because it's one that you don't see very often, and it's very hard to judge skill based on that hat because you'll find very good players rocking it, and you'll find super new players rocking it. But for the sake of those players rocking this outfit who actually do slap and clap, that's going right up there. Now we could fairly easily just put the new player outfits in the lowest tier. I mean, nothing against these players. They've just been playing for 30 minutes and haven't figured out how to put a plank on a hole yet. However, you'll still find players dressed like this in Double Gunner's PvP montages because apparently it's just as cool to kill someone who's been playing the game for 15 minutes. Just the same as some of the other black market outfits that we looked at, the Bone Crusher black market look, I'm going to put into B. Now, there's an original Bone Crusher look, but honestly, I think I've seen it twice. It doesn't represent a large enough group of players, so I'm only considering the black market version. And yeah, I'd say it's about a B. Followed up by these ones, which I feel are more of a transition outfit. I feel like when players leave Crab, Kraken, and Parrot, they'll often switch to the Red Admiral, Blue Admiral. I think there's a different name for him, but that's essentially all you got to know. I think this is more of a transition look for most players. Next up is the big one. Congratulations! After weeks of grinding, you've successfully become Pirate Legend. Here's the purple jacket and hat. Most players don't stick with this. They maybe try it on once just to feel cool, and they switch back to whatever they're running before. Because this outfit's got a really bad rep in the community. If you wear this, people will make fun of you for sporting your Pirate Legend, because Pirate Legend isn't that hard to get anymore, and it's not a very exciting thing. Not to mention, many people just don't think the outfit looks good. I'd say if you encounter people wearing it, it's either because they just got it and they're excited about it, which is valid, or kind of we're looking at the same deal as the Obsidian Jacket, where they just play the game on their own, and that's fine, but you can't expect a massive amount of skill coming from those players. Same goes for congratulations, you've grinded 50 hours for Athena 10. You get this really just, I don't know many people who think this looks good. I'll hold the power to you if you do, but I really don't think so. And this one unfortunately gets equally as much bad rep as the Pirate Legend. Now I'll give it a bit higher because I have encountered a number of fairly good players running this outfit, but a lot of them, this is your boat that'll run away. Everyone on the boat will be dressed like that, and they'll have like 2 villainous skulls on them. It's unfortunate, but for the most part, it is true. It's worth noting at this point that I'm making generalizations for all the outfits. Just because you're sporting one of these doesn't mean I think of you in the way that I described the outfit. It's just based on the numerous experiences I've had with all of these types of players. They're what I've decided. Next up, for those who, got Pirate Legend and want to be excited about their Pirate Legend outfit, but obviously they can't run the whole thing because it looks dumb, we have the Naked Pirate Legend. That's where, you got your shirtless with sick tattoos and you're just rocking the PL hat, PL gloves maybe even the boots. I think it looks really cool, and for the most part, these are self-conscious players who know what's up, playing the game for a while, probably into PvP, for the most part shirtless dudes, for whatever reason, are PvP players. And that doesn't make you better, but it does make you typically better at PvP because you've wanted it more, gone after it more, and done it more. Same goes for next up, the Ghost, Naked Ghost. That's same thing as the Naked Pirate Legend. You got your sick tats, you got your shirtlessness, but you've incorporated a bit of the glowy cupcake look in order to make yourself feel good about grinding to Athena 10. With the release of Emissaries, we have access to 4 outfits. First out, the Athena outfit, which is just a worse version of the cupcake. Like, it shows your shoulder and 1 foot, and you're not able to put another shoe in the foot. I think it's awful. You'll very rarely see anyone wearing it. You saw it at the start of the Emissary update because, it was like cool and new, but no, you won't see people wearing this, and if you do, I don't know if you can expect a lot. The Gold Hoarder outfit. You're going to actually run into a lot of these players. I personally don't like the outfit, but I can see how a lot of other people do. It's considerably better than the Athena outfit. For the most part, these are not your PvP players, so coming across them, you're likely going to have a boat that's running, players that's running, players that are accusing you of griefing. A little bit of a similarity to these guys, but for the most part, these players are experienced. Let's go in B. They are gonna hit you with a sword, they are gonna left click out of their mind, and hey, it works, because the sword is incredibly strong in Sea of Thieves right now. Next up are your 3 variants of the tuck suit. I'm starting with the true tuck. These are the OGs still tucking and have perfected the art. You got your barefoot so you don't make any noise when you're running. You got your cap to minimize hair exposure, and you got, of course, the black face paint, which you can't see in the image because, he's doing a barrel tuck. These guys you'll actually find tucking on your boat. They're not just wearing a black suit to feel special. And for the most part, very good players. Next up, you got your stylish tuck outfit. This is probably the most common currently. It's an outfit that you can tuck in, but it has your own personal flair. And for the most part, when you see a good level of personal flair on experienced players, and with a bit of tuck incorporated into, these are fairly good PvP players, probably your TDMers. If you go in a TDM game, you'll find players with a stylish kind of tuck suit. So that's going up here. These are some of the best PvP players in the game. And the third tuck suit, Your Walmart brand open crew, like 1/5 of the entire player base wears this for God knows what reason, because they don't even hide on boats. If you ask them why they're wearing it, they'll say, "Oh, I didn't want to switch between outfits between my tucks," but they're like on an open crew doing a merchant voyage. You're going in there because when they get in a fight, they'll just jump off their boat to try and board the enemy and 1v4, but they'll just die, and there is no hole fixing going on there. That is bottom tier. You see those tuck suits everywhere, to the point where I have little to no expectation of anyone wearing this specifically. Of course, we got our arena guys. I don't have like the blue arena outfit, but arena, when you see that full arena outfit, expect good things. I know definitely some people would disagree with me on that, but arena players are good. They've been playing arena enough to get the jacket. They're good. You can't play arena without getting a lot of PvP experience. For those who are getting into the Devil's Roar for the first time, it's pretty exciting to unlock cosmetics that glow, just like these players. So a lot of players will rock it, and I think they're pretty good. I'm going to put this guy up here. This is the full Ashen. Yeah, a lot of players think people would probably disagree, but I think they're quite good. Next up is your mostly Ashen, but with the Pirate Lord hat. Honestly, I love the Pirate Lord hat, but too many players use it for it to kind of be a unique style for me. And unfortunately, a common occurrence with outfits that a lot of people use is because they are shiny and appealing, which often means that kids are wearing it, and kids are often less good at PvP than, your teens to adults. Continuing on with emissary outfits, we have the merchant, which you'll very rarely see because it's not flashy to new players. But I think it's really cool. It's a really cool, unique blend of yellow and blue that I don't think any other outfit covers. And when you see it, like, often I'll put the merchant outfit on just because if I'm like in a tuxedo and don't want to look like one of these guys down here, I'll put it on just to switch things up before a fight. And most players that you see rocking that thing mean business. Now that the emissary hype is gone and people aren't like rocking the outfit while they're doing their merchant emissary, most players rocking that are pretty kick-ass. And then we have the Reaper's PJs, the Reaper emissary look, which is very hard to tell. There are some incredibly good players rocking it, and there are some very poor players rocking it. Just gonna put it in here because, players who wear this probably are at least trying to PvP. I would hope they are. And I think it's a really cool outfit. I know this is supposed to be a tier list on skill, but my personal opinion on how the outfit look is definitely weighing a little bit. And it's the only outfit with a mask. There is no other outfit that covers your face, so it's got that kind of unique quality to it that I really like. I've got 3 more looks that often new players will adapt kind of on their way to whatever they'll settle on when they go above and beyond Pirate Legend and whatever else they want to accomplish. First, this one, you'll see a lot of new players rocking this jacket and hat. Again, it's kind of, maybe they can't afford one of the Parrot, Kraken, Crab looks, or they don't like it. They'll go with this. It's like a nice jacket, one of the first sweet looking jackets that you have in the game. And kind of same with this one. This is, depending on your style, the next best look if you're not talking about your Crab, Kraken, Parrot. I'll put this guy up here even. Yeah, I think this look is a bit more worked out than this one. Especially, like, you'll find players who look like this guy with just this jacket over top. So the most part, I'd say the yellow one is probably, you're probably better off there. And we have our Conquistador. I love this. I love it, the look. I've had some people say that it's their armor, and that just cracks me up. But here, I don't care. The Pirate Emporium looks are pretty hard to judge because they're cool, so a lot of really good players will put them on just for the cool look. But I mean, if you have money, you can get them. There's no commendations to acquire, so it's really hard to place both the Ruby Splashtail and the Shredded Ghost. But man, freaking creds to Rare. Creds to Rare for making a Shrouded Ghost and Ruby Splashtail outfit. Like, I don't know if there are any other pay-to-win outfits that would have been better off than that. to finish it off, the looks that I wear. I would highly encourage every player to figure out an outfit that's unique to them, that represents them, and that doesn't fall necessarily under these categories, because there's a lot of players like this, and I think it'd be cool if more players strive to have a unique style, as opposed to just being, a Tucker, a Parrot, a Reaper, or whatever. I think it's really cool when I encounter players with completely different styles of outfit, and I'm usually a much bigger fan of them. I'm not going to comment on my PvP ability. I'll leave that up to anyone who encounters me in the game or watches my stream. But just because I want to promote unique outfits, the two looks, this is the look that I usually run if I'm not prompted to, but I often let my chat decide what I'm wearing, so this would have been when somebody suggested a blue theme, I would have gone with this. And when you see players with a unique look like that, mine or not, you gotta assume that they're fairly good. A lot of the best players in the game will even have like a crab peg leg or something, and then they'll double gun you and you'll just get dunked on. I'd say probably the best players in the game have a unique look to them. It's worth noting at this time that Gold Curse will generally up somebody's rating on this tier list by 1. Because the Gold Curse is a freaking commitment, and anybody who gets the Gold Curse has put enough time into the game to be pretty good. So that's my tier list so far. Let me know what you think if you got any comments. It's obviously imperfect. This is me, after a good amount of time playing the game, but this is just my opinion. If you got more outfits that you think should be in the tier list, let me know. This is available online if you go to tiermaker.com and search up Sea of Thieves tier list. The template is saved, so you can play around with it how you like. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Wear unique clothes. That's the lesson of the day. Toodaloo. See you later.